Turning now to the historic indictment of former President Donald Trump. He's expected to turn himself in on Tuesday, but Trump's team says they're ready to fight the charges. New details following the unprecedented indictment of former President Donald Trump. Sources tell ABC News Mr. Trump has been charged with around 24 counts, including felonies, though the exact charges are still unknown, remaining under a seal until Mr. Trump is arraigned in court. Sources say that is expected to take place Tuesday after the former president turns himself in to authorities. His attorney is promising a legal fight.
We'll proceed to see a judge at some point, plead not guilty, start talking about filing motions, which we will do immediately and very aggressively.
The indictment by a Manhattan grand jury stems from an alleged $130,000 hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election after an alleged affair. The district attorney is also reportedly digging into a $150,000 payment to Playboy model Karen McDougal, who claimed she was paid off prior to the 2016 election to cover up an alleged affair with Trump in 2006. The former president denying both affairs ever happened, and Republicans, including his rivals, are lining up to defend him. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley telling Fox News.
When you get into political prosecutions like this, it's more about revenge than it is about justice.
And former Vice President Mike Pence expressing outrage to CNN.
The unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue is an outrage.
President Biden declining to comment.
No, I'm not going to talk about Trump's indictment.
In New York City, heightened security ahead of the indictment. Members of the NYPD deployed across the city, and added protections are in place around the courthouse. Trump supporters have been stationed outside his Mar-a-Lago estate all day long. Local 10's Cody Weddle joins us live with that part of our team coverage. Cody.
And this is the first weekend since news of this indictment broke, so we are seeing larger crowds out here supporting the former president, of course, ahead of his visit to New York on Monday to face these charges. Small crowds gathering on Southern Boulevard Saturday, just west of Mar-a-Lago, the home of former President Donald Trump. This the first weekend since news broke of Trump's indictment on Thursday.
I think it's ludicrous. I think it's trumped up to make a comical expression. I think it has no basis in law, and it would only happen in New York, the most corrupt city in the country.
Trump supporters hoping their message of support reaches the former president ahead of his trip to New York on Monday to appear in his arraignment on Tuesday.
He's not quitting, and so neither are we.
If President Trump sees this interview, I want him to know that we respect him, we love him.
Details still scan about what charges the former president might face. The indictment is sealed, but we do know it involves alleged hush money paid to porn star Stormy Daniels.
I think it's the worst thing that they could do to somebody with so much love.
Republicans like Representative Carlos Jimenez have mostly denounced the indictment. Democrats like Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz say let the judicial process play out.
He is both entitled to his day in court and not above the law.
His supporters today promising to back the former president no matter what.
The whole issue with the indictment is just another step in them trying to intimidate and discourage the whole movement.
And the protesters out here say they believe Trump knows they are here. They even told me that Trump's son, Eric Trump, drove by here a little earlier this afternoon and waved. We're live in West Palm Beach. I'm Cody Weddle, Local 10 News.
You can count on Local 10 for complete coverage. Look for live reports out of New York from our Glenna Milberg, as well as the latest from Washington, D.C. with our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy starting next week.
Florida